I don't know if you guys have been able to hear me this entire time, because I just noticed there was an issue with the mic. But at least I'm noticing now when we're only about 10 minutes in. So apologies to everyone who was, if they missed anything. I'll just repeat quick things that I said. Hi, I'm Sparks. We're doing more Final Fantasy XIV. I'm a bit tired, which is why because of work, which is why we started a bit later. I needed some time to myself after that, because it was a long and pretty boring shift. I say boring because it was quieter than usual. Let's see. We're currently on a quest where this child has discovered or thinks that there's something wrong with the sun. The artificial sun is looking to fix it. So, let's see. He said I can go and have a look. Wait here. I'll let you know if I find anything. Well, let's find out if he did. Well, he showed me the control panel, but there didn't seem to be anything wrong. The reactor's records didn't contain anything worth noting either. That's what you were worried about, eh? You do realize this place has been around as long as Labyrinthos, and we've never had a single problem. Nor have we been able to confirm this change in the light's hue you speak of. Surgery didn't just stare at the sun too long. We advise against that for a reason, you know. No. They can talk down to me all they want, but I know what I saw. There's nothing wrong here. That simply means the root of the problem lies elsewhere. Let's go. Yep, I'll keep listening to him until either he's proven right or he's proven wrong, whichever comes first. Thank you for sticking around. It's nice to be believed for once. Now that it's clear the problem doesn't lie here, we should move on. Let's take a look at the supply route the fire aspect either travels along. For the elemental reactor, the artificial sun. I learned a while ago the sun automatically goes into overdrive to maintain its brightness if it gets less fire ether than it needs. If that is what's happening, there must be a problem with the reactor's ether supply. To know for sure, we'll need to check the flow of ether to see if there are any spots where it's abnormally weak. To do that, though, we need a thermometer. We can borrow one from Mariel Ergonomics. He won't have to go out of our way. Let's go find out. Yeah, it does bother me whenever I have tech problems. I don't even know why we did. It's weird and confusing and actually really bugs me. But oh well, there's not much I can do. I'm messing around with the volume control on that now just to make sure it's at the right level. See, I've had them lie about helping with some research and they lent me an ethometer. Come on, let's see if we can pick up any abnormal readings. Just as I thought, the concentration of fire ether is too low. Weakest that in areas south of here. That must be where the problem lies. You are wise beyond your years. Well, when you've got a father who's an expert in etherology and a mother who's a mathematician, you learn a thing or two. What's more, I was born and raised here. It'd be embarrassing if I didn't know it better than anyone else. Well, let's get to the bottom of this. Yep, let's. Probably gonna turn out there's a hole somewhere that needs patching. Yeah, people shouldn't ignore children when they say there's a problem. Children are often more observant than most and pick up on things that adults don't. I've had the problem. There's an anomaly here. They're normally only found near the elemental reactor. Can't say for sure if I came here on purpose or simply got lost, but either way, it's clearly been feeding on fire aspect and ether. Most ether travels deep underground on its way from the reactor, but Cyber is close to the surface here. Imagine it all must be pretty powerful at this point if it's been here absorbing all of that ether. No doubt its core is full of it. If I can just get my hands on that core, I could use it to convince the adults that I was right all along. You think you can slay it for me? With pleasure. Let me just summon my carbuncle first. Hi there. Woo! Nicely done. Can you show me the core? So this is what an abundance of ether can do to their cores. It's massive. Fathias will have no choice but to believe me when they see this. Come on, let's waste no time in showing us the father. It's time he acknowledged that I'm right. So this is where you'd been hiding. Father, fancy seeing you here. I was just about to come home and tell you that I found the problem with the sun. You're still harping on about that. You could have gotten yourself hurt pursuing this nonsense. I told you to bring my son back to me. Instead, you go off gallivanting with him? He's right, you know. Fine, I shall hear what you have to say. Oh. Huh. There's a wolf in the background somewhere. Tells him the story, hands him the... Oh my, I've never seen a core like this in my life. I see no reason to doubt your suggestions that it was feeding on the fire aspect of ether. So you finally admit that I was right about the sun? Oh, yes, however that matters not now that I know how serious the situation is. What do you mean? Spark has already slain the Anala. Surely everything will go back to normal now. I'm afraid not. If the artificial sun was under such strain for a prolonged period of time, it could be on the verge of combusting by now. We'll need to cool it post-haste. Molasses requires multiple soma cores. Constructs can be found by Kakol's forge. Please, we've no time to waste. You must retrieve 2 cores for me. We'll begin the process of Phobos. Find us there when you have the cores in hand. God damn it. Alright, where are we going? Where's this forge? Ah, it's all the way down there. God damn it. Why can't things ever be easy? This is why you need to keep resources you need for things like this on hand at all times. do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. I do like this song. I know it's just a rendition of the main theme from across the series. But it's nice hearing a version of that somewhere. Alright, there's the creature we need to slay. Center Soma. God damn it. I hate the fact that I have this cough. Come on. Finish it off. Is that it? Yep, that's it. And now, because we can't have anything nice without difficulty. Fat Chocobo away! See, I bet they actually didn't, whether you've done this quest or not, I bet they didn't actually have the sun's light change. Because that would have probably just required something that's, when it's for one quest, why bother? Hence the statement of, it's not noticeable to anyone else, but as somebody who's lived here all their life, statement. I really hope we get to go into that central area soon. The Famazin. I'm sure we will as part of the story. It'll just be a while. Oh! Oh! Oh, those hurt so much. I should probably grab myself a drink. Maybe make myself hot lemon. That actually sounds rather nice right now. I think I'll go put the kettle on in a moment and sort that out. Probably help my sinuses as well. Pet doesn't even attack anymore. At least doesn't have an auto attack function. Oh wow, there are a lot of people here now. Oh, the mother's here too. You managed to procure the cores? Yep. Splendid. Then let's save our son. And we just wait here. Alright, I think we can finally relax. The artificial sun is stable once more. Clearly, we were all so enveloped in our own research that we neglected to keep an eye on the systems that was to live down here in the first place. I shudder to think what could have befallen us had you and my son not taken action. You have my thanks for saving us from disaster. Yee. And I owe you something else, my son. An apology. I was a fool to ignore your warning simply because of your age. It's fine, Father, really. In that case, might you be interested in helping find potential improvements for the systems that govern our son? Of course, I can think of several already. Aww. Guy's mother's hair. That seems to just be the case with how they've programmed this, because of how limited the facial customization is for NPCs. Sparks, I want to thank you properly for being so helpful. Could you come and visit me again in Charlie and Hamlet? Oh yeah, I just remembered something. I had finished doing things with one of my characters. Or classes. Or roles, rather. Basically, all of the tank classes are now at least at level 50. So all these extra pieces of equipment for the lower leveled classes. Yeah, we don't need them now. I can trade them in for something later. If I don't turn them into glamours. The plane, hey. Thank you again. Here is your reward. It's my pocket money, with an additional something from my parents. Should be paying me your pocket money, kid. I'm so happy to do this to me and decided to trust my knowledge. I hope our paths cross again when I become a researcher in my own right. I'll be sure to make you proud. Aww. Isn't that nice? Another quest. Okay, I'll take that quest in a little bit. Because the way that other quest ended, I feel like we shouldn't talk to him straight away. We'll go do this quest first. And actually, be right back. I'm gonna go sort out that drink. about 2 minutes or something. Just to boil. We'll keep going while the kettle's boiling. You're a visitor, Charlene, aren't you? I do have a worldly look about you. As a gleaner, I too have journeyed far and wide. Tell me, where is the farthest you have ventured? Another world? Is that meant to be in jest? Look at your face tells me you're serious. Hi, you should do nicely. See, I need a more experienced traveler to say a prayer for me before I leave for Girabanya. If you would do me the honor, the reactor operator by the Tower South should have a lantern crystal prepared for the purpose. Okay. We'll do this quest thick as thieves as soon as we finish this other one. Are you here for the crystal? I hope it does some good for that gleaner. Those folks need all the luck they can get. Lanterns light the way through the darkness, a tool which can mean the difference between life and death. They are synonymous with safe paths, and as such, it has become custom in recent days to imbue the crystals inside with the prayers of a more seasoned traveler. Today, that traveler is you. Simply face the crystal and pray for the safety of the traveler to be, if you will. Do I have pray set as one of my commands over here? Nope, which means we prayed. A colleague recently told me about the power of Akasa, concept taught in Razat Han, and how it reacts to strong emotions. I wonder if this method of praying to a crystal is a manifestation of that power. Well, that should about do it. With luck, your prayers will help guide the gleaners safely through the perils of their journey. I hope not. We've seen a lot of dangerous shit happen lately with Dynamis. And as Akasa and Dynamis are synonymous, yeah, I don't like the idea of imbuing something with that kind of power. Not when it's something we don't fully understand or have control over. If we did fully understand it, or at least, at the very least, had more control over it, then yeah, it'd be very powerful. But neither of those things are the case. So, do you have a lantern crystal for me? You have my thanks. With your prayers fueling its light, I have faith that it will keep me safe until my turn. Now part for Girabanya. I hope your travels are successful as well as mine. Well, there we go. Just have to complete the main scenario for this area, and that'll be all attunement complete. We'll be able to fly wherever the hell we want. Lane, as I can ask you once more. Oh, hello again. Thanks once more for your help in sorting out the sun. I've actually got something else to ask, if you're willing to hear me out. It concerns a new friend of mine, a young troll that I found wandering around these parts recently. Obviously, he's not capable of speech, but he can clearly understand me when I talk to him. You believe me, right? Oh, that's Shaggles. What a peculiar name. Well, that makes the situation much easier. I last saw him by just to give out. Let's go and see if he's still there. Yeah, let's hope he's alright. Time to go check on Shaggles. We helped them on another one of the plus missions. Boo, boo, boo. Shaggles, please be there and please be okay. Yes. Grr, I've been searching all over for you, you know. Since we last met, I decided to use magic to improve my vocalization. True that, Grr. I've read my fair share of tomes on the subject. It seems your kind are capable of making your vocal cords vibrate thanks to your ability to breathe through your mouths. The last few trolls are incapable of doing so. However, I managed to adapt the wind aspect of spell to enable you to communicate properly. Not that there's anything wrong with nasal gurrs, mind you. I'm not gifted enough to activate the spell on my own, so I set out in search of you once more. It was then I bumped into this clever child. What happened to Noah, Tia? He wouldn't have been any help, so I left without him. Clearly I made the right choice. While I might not be able to speak with this boy, I still managed to bring you to me. Because is that what he's saying? Simply amazing. I knew he had to have some way of communicating. There was a thing or two about Ether as well. Would you mind telling him what I told you? Pretty girl? I love Shaggles. It's adorable. So that's what he's been trying to tell me. Of course, I'll do my best to help. The wind aspect of ether vented by the earthen reactor ought to help. If we fill with the reactor's setting of it, we should even be able to create our own blustery vortex and stuff. That should be all you need to cast your spell. See, I've got eye for people. Now take me to this reactor. Alright, this way. God damn it. Oh. My drink. Need to go grab that before the kettle, the hot water cools down. I said I didn't want to let it cool down, but the drink itself is too hot for me to drink straight away, so oh well. Still, hopefully it'll help a bit. Hey, Nano! I has a slight cold, so I have made myself some hot lemon and I'm hoping it'll help a bit. What's the where for? Is it because it's a Saturday and therefore I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV? Or is it where because I have a bit of a cold? Fair. Sometimes wetting is just fun. Wah! But don't worry, we'll be getting back to Birth by Sleep soon-ish. Most likely it'll be either Monday evening or Tuesday. Depending on how I'm feeling on Monday evening. I might start. I'll be tired from the weekend though, so I might not. We'll see. If not, I will do some more off-camera grinding and such. So I can get every character ready and also make sure I've unlocked all the skills that I need. It'll be alright. It's just a mild cold. It'll pass. In the meantime... Ooh. Yep, definitely the right choice. Bit of hot lemon. My throat actually feels a little bit better gulping that down. I'll be back in bed. I just need to go tinker with the reactor settings. I learned all about this when I was coming up with ways to better the systems for the artificial sun. I'm actually rather annoyed because last night I was doing loads of prep work and got most of the stuff for Aqua done. But then the game crashed and shut down, and it had been a while since I saved. So I actually lost a good deal of progress, and it annoyed me so much. Because one of the bits of progress was unlocking Chaos Snake, which is a shot lock you get for completing all of the matches in the fruit minigame. And that was annoying. Especially the Pete match. So, yeah. All done. I think our wind aspect of the ether vortex should pop up somewhere to the west. Oh no! Keep your wits about you. There's every chance the high concentration of ether will attract fiends. They means of protecting ourselves, so we'll need your help. Let us know when you're ready. Westward, grr. Oh, they're accompanying me. Which means if anything which means we could easily get attacked. And they're going to be drawing all the aggro. Please don't be. Of course it's at the top of the hill. Of course it is. And of course, the only way to the top of the hill is the long way around. It's a good thing that when we cast Sprint, they do as well. Trying to avoid a fight. Yep, there it is. So this is it. Let me give it a go then. Ooh. Grr, can you hear me? Brilliant, I can finally talk. Oh, wonderful, there's so much I want to talk to you about. Oh, Father, what brings you here? Well, if it isn't my favorite buffoon, how'd you know I'd be here? You can speak? Oh, even your voice is adorable. A pleasure to see you again. I was just looking for my boy. I have something of great importance to impart upon him. It's a pleasure for me as well. I'm wanting to speak with Shaggles myself, and now he can reply. In that case, why don't you all join me and Charlie and Hammond? There's someone I'd like you to meet. I should really be letting that cool down a little bit, but I also don't want to let that my hot lemon get too cold. Because if it gets too cold, it won't have the same effect. Oh, even the smell is just helping. Maybe it's all the steam. I'll be with you in a moment, Alice. I just want to turn in this quest so that this class can max out its experience. And therefore, we'll have 2 more class quests finished. I'm curious about something, though. Tombstones of causality. Tombstones of comedy. Okay. What's all this about? Alas, that is not for me to explain. We have someone here from the studium who will do the honors instead. That would be me. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I come bearing a message for you two from the Skullark himself. You mean myself and Verpelane? Correct. Master Verpelane and Master Shaggles, was it? Would you two perchance be interested in pursuing an education at a studium? Aw, Shaggles can't react because he's too small. Word of your recent accomplishments has reached us, and we are all most impressed by your abilities. It will be our honor to welcome you to our institution and help nurture your talent while providing you with ample opportunities to learn. I can barely believe my ears, but I'm not about to turn down the chance of a lifetime. Of course I'll enroll. What's the matter, Verpelane? You've more than proven yourself ready to face greater intellectual challenges, to leave Labyrinthos and expand your horizons. It's just that Labyrinthos is all I've ever known. How can I be sure I'll succeed out there? I know a pair that entered the studium at 11. Thank you for trying to reassure me. Only I won't know anyone there, and... What are you talking about? You know me, don't you? Don't tell you plan to spend your whole life in this fishbowl. There's a whole world out there to explore. Says the troll who's never left Labyrinthos either. Silence, buffoon. I love him. Alright, you've convinced me. I'll go. Splendid. Now there are just a few sheaves of paperwork to take care of, so need to borrow your guardians for a bit. Aww. None of this would have happened if we hadn't met, would it? I never would have gotten this opportunity. I made such a wonderful new friend without you. Thank you. I really mean it. Farewell. Aw, this is cute. I'm so glad that I became friends with both groups. And just like that, both Summoner... Hold on, I need to see how this looks. So, We gotta find something to fight. Because I want to summon Ifrit, Titan, and Garuda in their newest forms. Because apparently this new version makes them look even more like the, more like the things that inspired the Eggies. Let's find out if that's true. Holy shit! Yeah! That is just straight up Garuda. We have straight up summoned Garuda there. Oh, I have to keep this going. I love it. I love the level 90 version of the summoner spells. That is absolutely amazing. Okay, the one I should focus on next then, because we're using it for main scenario. Actually, we'll showcase on Machinist for the next while. Ooh! Ooh, okay. If the main scenario quests take us above level 90, or if it goes into level 89 for the level of the main scenario quest, then I'll switch back to Reaper. But otherwise, we'll stick with Machinist. Sparks, what are you doing out here? No, I don't mind if you help with the boxes, but it's far from the most exciting of tasks. Are you sure? Well, appreciate this since we need to get these to Emporia. Time is short, of course. They're full of organic specimens and samples, so try not to be too rough with them. Alpha should be waiting for us when we arrive. I'll see you there. And speed. We must become speed. Wah. Good news is my lemon is starting to cool down enough to be drinkable. Still hot, which is good, and part of the reason I use the container that I'm using is so that it would stay hot for a while. But now it's not so hot that I can't just take little sips. Oh, you're helping with the crates? Wonderful. You can put that there with the others. Oof. Yeah, my gratitude. But how did you come to be involved in this? I suppose I have Thancred to thank as well. If you're wondering why we were tasked with bringing these boxes to Emporia to begin with, so was I. Turns out that this is the base of operations of sorts. Those with final say as to what is included in the ship's manifest can be found here. Father included, I suspect. That should be everything. Incurred all of that at once. Are you trying to injure yourself? Oh, hush. They're lighter than they look. Not everyone has your delicate arms. I suppose we should let someone know that we finished. Theopoldin is in the courtyard. We can report to him. Why don't you come along? We should get credit for your assistance. You should get credit for your assistance at least. Considering where we are, we might even learn something interesting. Yeah, we might. The music is so tense. I know there's a lot going on, a lot riding on this right now, but this doesn't feel like a super tense moment. God, it never ends, does it? What can I do for you? We brought samples from Charlie and Hampel, Series 110. The crates are by the entrance. Ah, thank you. I'd expected one of my colleagues, but we are dreadfully short-handed. Just a moment. You are Fortunal's children, are you not? Alpha Noel Alze at your service. You're well acquainted with Father, I take it? Quite. I've been friends with your parents since our days at the studio. I remember you were yee-high, waddling hither and thither. Clearly, it's been quite some time since we've met. 'Tis good to see you again. Wielding your father's no less, the less. You knew our parents when they were young? What were they like? Pray, spare no details. I should like nothing more than to regale you. Alas, I am meant to be in charge here, and reams of paperwork want for submission. You can help with that, in exchange for the sort of stories our parents would never willingly divulge, of course. Very well then. There happens to be 3 sets of documents in need of delivery, so how about you each take one? Wait, right there. You'll find a form representative way to collect these near our southernmost structure. I have kept her waiting too long. For no others, I'm certain they will be back soon enough. Southernmost structure. So that's... I know we're in the right area, but there they are. Are you not one of the signs of 7th Dawn? I thought you were meant to be working on the Ether Burger. Ah, Theopold's paperwork. I was beginning to worry he had misplaced his quill. I appreciate your help in seeing these documents to my hands at last. As for your other task, pray keep this between us. I sincerely hope you sign and succeed. The exit is, without a doubt, the most monumental undertaking in the history of the Forum, so we must be circumspect in all respects. Risk is a privilege we cannot afford ourselves. At its heart, however, Sharlayan has ever been a nation of the curious. It would be a tragedy indeed if we were the ones to stymie your pursuit of truth. Oh yeah, what is this quest? It gets us the gloves for our Reaper. Good. Quick and efficient, I dare say you have a talent for this work. The twins' papers only need to be delivered to elsewhere in the facility. They should be turning any moment. We return with not a scrap of paperwork remaining on our persons. You will note. You both have my thanks, and I apologize for sending you on an errand far below your ambitions. Why, even as a babe, you struggled out of your swaddling clothes, and it's quite enough of that, thank you. It was compromising stories of our parents that we'd asked to hear, to reiterate. Of course. I've known your father for so long, I must have something. Well, as you know, part of why the levy your name garners such respect in Sharlayan is your family's storied history. You too can trace your answers directly to those who came aboard Nankrup's Hope, a lineage few can claim. I've never thought much of it myself. It's not as though our forebears founded our nation. They were simply there when it happened. Nevertheless, it has traditionally been a point of pride. His winding curves pronouncements, renounce the ways of war, and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason have ever been our family's creed. Until your grandfather's time, Akon Louisoix looked not to Nian Kemp's word, but his deeds. He asserted in defiance of his peers that choosing to save the great and the small from the rising tides was the true mark of our founder's virtue. Perhaps as it was his expertise, his knowledge of ancient prophecy and the fall of civilizations, it led him to conclude that to eschew conflict at every turn was to consign mankind to its doom. There will ever be conflict, and calamity will follow. Thus, to ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. You remember his words well indeed. Harkon Louisoix lived by that personal creed and used every means as disposal to bring succor to those in need, Charlian or no. No one believed and admired your grandfather more than his son. Yet Fortunato could not reconcile deeds with the philosophy of their forebears and his peers, a philosophy in which he believed so fervently, yet made a pariah of his father. Alright, before I continue this, I need to grab something quickly. The hot lemon is too hot, and I need to cool it down a bit. Just burnt myself by taking the lid off, and some of the droplets falling on my legs. There. I just threw some ice cubes in. My hope is if I give it like 5 minutes, the ice cubes will cool that down enough that it'll still have the desired effect, but won't be too hot. Yeah, Fortune cannot reconcile Louis was blah, blah, blah. Okay. Fortune agate over this contradiction for much of his life. God's father. A son may carry his father's blood, but his choices are his own to bear. Is it not always thus? God knows Fortunate's a cranky old goat, so I'm sure butt heads often enough. Yet even so, you must know that you are constantly in his thoughts, every moment of every day. That is not an exaggeration the slightest. You have seen him when you were born, barely recognizable. He was with a kind of dumbfounded grin I had not seen since he first took a fancy to your mother. He was practically skipping when he told me the news. Take my word for it, he loves you to an embarrassing degree. But he is also frustratingly single-minded. Once he's decided that given action is for the best, he'll stay the course no matter who or what opposes him. Profoundly annoying habit when you're on the other end of it, as I'm sure you will agree. I'll say, thank you for your insight. When next we meet our parents, I shall mention that we spoke. Try not to get me into too much trouble now. Need the form on my side. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back to work. I have to make sure those specimens you brought make it to their proper places, or the cranky old goat will have my hide. We can speak again later. Yep, we certainly can. Hail, you three. Hey, Graha. Graha, surely Cockle hasn't driven you out of the forge already. For better or for worse, no. However, he has set me a task that requires more than my single pair of hands, and here you are. I could at least do one of you, but I won't object to more. Fortunately, I'll say in our prior commitments, we have delayed too long as it is. Juice Sparks, can you spare the time? Always. Perfect, it shouldn't take long. Cool, give me one moment to quickly give myself new gloves. Just the helmet to replace now, isn't it? Yep, just the helmet. Which is fine, I mean, I like this outfit as it is. In the event that our, and I quote, promised heap of adamantite falls right out of the bloody sky and into my lap, Master Cockle wishes to be ready to put the proverbial hammer to anvil at a moment's notice. To fabricate these parts, however, he needs the flames in Cockle's forge to burn hotter. He sent me to increase the amount of ether being funneled to his furnace. The flow of fire inspects the ether in Labros is regulated by an elemental reactor south of here, to which I have borrowed the key. The adjustment will require 2 people to carry out safely, but I can explain the process when we arrive. This is where we part then. We'll see you in Charlie and Hammett once the adamantite arrives, if not before. This way then. That's better. Definitely made the right choice. Most of the cold part is going to go to the bottom, but the liquid will try and re-establish equilibrium. So, he'll be fine. And this class only needs another 3 million to max out. Which is the equivalent of 6 main scenario quests. The reactor is housed within this facility. I'll be the one to go inside and adjust the fire ether output. When I do, a rather large amount of water aspected ether will issue from the vent at the top. I can extract at least a few elementals, which we would both rather not be drawn into the reactor itself, trust me. Can I ask that you put down any that draw too near? They'll pose you a little trouble, I'm sure. Yeah, I can deal with that. Wait here if you would. Yep, off he goes. God, I love seeing all the abilities we have in action. Haha. Flamethrowers are fun. I love whenever a game gives me access to one. Come on, we're almost there. God, that's fun. Do everything go smoothly out here? Yep, always. I thought as much. No major complications to speak of inside either. In the water, it appears to be venting properly. I expect will have seen a difference in his forge flames by the time I return. Since I have you, there was another matter I thought to discuss with you. Nothing terribly important, merely something I've been considering. part of this I share with everyone, yet you and only you have been to Elpis. As we have established, refined adamantite is a product of Alec, of the Empire's twilight years, in fact. Its material is so much used as part of the Allagan's efforts to extend beyond the bounds of this world. Dalamud, of course, being the most prominent. Of those who would push further, expand Alec's empire to encompass the heavens and the stars above, perhaps the greatest was its infamous technologist, Amon. Did he remember his life as Hermes? I believe he had his own reasons. There is no evidence to suggest that he retained memories of his former life. He only joined the Ascians once the Empire was all but dust, as you know. It is not his memory, though. What drove him to pursue the ideas with such fervor? It may seem far-fetched, but what if souls, like minds, have a personality, so to speak, a natural disposition to which they are inclined? We would know with relative certainty there was the gross decadence and inexorable decline of Alec that moved Amon to resurrect Emperor Zande. The Empire's people spoke lightly of death and destruction, experimenting on those they deemed beneath them to fill the emptiness in their heart. Okay. I'll be honest in saying that while that cooled down the drink a bit, it didn't cool it down enough. I'm gonna go add more ice cubes to it. Jeez, those ones have already melted completely. Sorry about keep doing this, it's just I don't want to keep coughing and sniffling throughout the stream, and the hot lemon is definitely helping a bit. But at the same time, when it's too hot to drink, then you can't really enjoy it. So, oh, that is much, much better. In facilitating Zande's return, Haman provided these languid souls with the means to free themselves from the mire of their own indolence. Or would have, had not Zande been convinced by his own death that life itself was meaningless. Haman's desire for his country to conquer the heavens could only be means to same end, to instill the people with new purpose. Like Hermes before him, Mom was appalled by how those around him lived, but could never bring himself to believe that those lives were devoid of meaning. Both of them sought that meaning, that hope in the distant stars. Such is my theory, anyway. Ultimately, it's the consequences of their actions which matter. Their motives are of no moment, and yet to reach those stars on wings of adamantite, to travel to the ends of creation and beyond. Promise of hope everlasting, that much I do understand. But musing for now. Why don't we see how Kokol is getting on? Yeah, those ice cubes basically instantly melted. But they cooled the lemon down enough for it to be drinkable, so we're all good now. I certainly feel better after drinking all of that. Almost there. Magical barriers. And they let me in. Hello. Phew. I can feel those flames blazing from here. Glad you found someone capable, Graha. But there's not much left for you lot to do. Unless you can conjure up the refined adamantite any faster. Yeah, I don't think we can quite do that, and there's the hat. I do trust you to deliver on your promise, I do only. I hate waiting! I want that adamantite and I want it now! We just share your impatience, I assure you. Is there truly nothing else we can assist with in the meantime? I wish, this sitting about's unbearable. Pay the forum's frown on recreational explosions. Recreational explosions. You are delightful. Well, so long as they can't prove it was premeditated. Get you gone. I have mistakes to make. In that case, I suppose I should go and return the key to the reactor. I'll have one more look to make sure that nothing has gone wrong, unintentionally or otherwise. I'm certain there are better uses for your time, however. I will join you in Charlie and Hamlet anon. I'm just gonna go ahead and teleport over there. If you wait here, your companions are bound to turn up sooner or later.
All set, I take it?
Yep. We're ready. We're as ready as we can be.
Delivered supplies, tracked down escaped animals, trivial tasks as they may be.
Still, they need to be done.
That's enough, don't you think? If there was anything more important still undone, that would be a problem in itself.
Yep.
The vessel is essentially ready for departure. All that remains is to load the final batch of supplies and see everyone on board. Once we've readied the ether burner, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, had a feeling we might find you all here.
Our consultations with the Loperites, too, have run their course. Pleased I am to say that our researchers' concerns have, for the most part, been allayed, though some insist on making adjustments to the very end.
Of course.
For their part,
Only
Livingway
natural.
and her peers have graciously offered to stay and keep the people company, lest any lingering queries go unanswered.
All that remains is to wait for the refined adamantite.
Yep.
Alphino, are you there? It's me, Cryle. Your special delivery has arrived. Round up everyone and come to the harbor at once.
Oh, wow.
Speak of the devil. Let us go at once.
Yeah, let's. I want to see this. what's this? Oh, is this inside the ship?
Forgive the intrusion, Master Fortuner. I bring urgent news.
Okay.
A great commotion has broken out in Scholar's Harbor. Your presence is requested with all speed.
The commotion is people arriving. With all the adamantite.
Now, where might this delivery be? Oh.
Well then. Okay. The one in the sky is the best.
Important, but we cannot accept these without the proper permits.
By the 12! Surely, these can't all be.
Nah! Oh my god! Our pirate friends!
Bleeding hellfire! They're bringing them by sea and by air. All these folks in these crates.
Yep.
And more on the way. Got your adamantite right here. A bigger haul than any of these sorry bastards brought, and that's no lie.
Thanks, Sicard.
Yes, because you were charged with seeing the shipments from Gridania and Uldar here, along with your own. Give credit where credit is due.
Sounds like the sorry whinging of a sore loser. And a hypocrite to boot. Ain't no way a scrawny whelp like you took a dozen steps inside a Dalamant shard.
Wow.
I'll have you know I went all the way to the entrance. Furthermore, 'twas my contacts that enabled us to enlist the cooperation of the Sky Pirates.
Left you outside so you wouldn't get anyone killed, did they? Well then, credit where credit's due, you did a right fine job sitting on your ass.
Wow.
Take that back.
Make me.
I love our
I will
friends.
not stick to your level.
They are all delightful.
My, what a grand welcome party.
Hey, Hancock.
Hancock and Soroban.
Yep.
We come bearing relics both sacred and elegant, as well as a few other gifts that may be of help, to be presented with best wishes from the Eastern Alliance.
Yeah, I don't even bring myself with that joke. It's beneath me.
I myself have come with a sacred relic of Rayson Temple. 'Twas passing fortunate that Senri's dango craving brought us to Kugane. We arrived precisely as Hancock was making his arrangements.
Oh, believe me, I saw that joke when I first met the guy. It's just been a while. So,
Upon learning
both
your
the
need, we made
those
haste
things are not
back to
mutually
Hell's
exclusive.
Gate with our dango, never fear, and consulted with the other auspices. All consented to the lending of Tenzin's legendary Phoenix Blade for this noble cause.
Wow, the Phoenix Blade.
Suzaku and Seiryu were nevertheless worried that it might be lost in transit, however, and insisted upon accompanying me to Onokoro, where I had intended to entrust it to our Confederate allies. I thought instead to give it over to Hancock when we chanced to cross paths yet again. But alas, Seiryu remained ill at ease and ordered me see the blade into your hands personally or die trying.
That's fair.
We did, of course, need quite the impressive vessel to get it all here in time.
Yeah. I get the feeling the more...
Fortunately, our Majestic associates have been more than helpful. 'Tis an honor to join the Warrior of Light on another adventure.
I get the feeling that the more we did throughout the story with regards to side quests and such, the more allies and such we meet here.
That is all wonderful to hear, but what of the extraordinary cost? I shudder to think of the ransom we must pay for such a bounty.
Fret not for your coin purse, young Alphino. Lord Lolorito looks ever towards the profits of the future, and thus the East Aldenard Trading Company went to some lengths to reduce the financial liability.
Okay.
And since the Scions funded the entire venture, not a gill need be rendered up in compensation. Everything is already yours.
We funded the venture. When?
Of
Don't let
course.
the names fool you. This coin keeper knows a thing or two about spending.
Of course, one of our best Lalafell coming to the rescue.
When it comes to
Well
capital
done, Tataru.
investiture, a sprinkling of gil here and there will not do. You need enough savings to make waves when it really counts, which is why frugality is paramount.
She's really good at her job, basically.
We also have the benefit of a generous patron. Generous being rather an understatement. She has supported us from the shadows since the very founding of the Scions. We even had coffers to fill.
No. Oh my god, it's Alphino and Alice's mother. Ah! Well done. Yep. Ameliance, you are a badass.
I remain, of course, an entirely neutral party. I simply thought our family's coffers were needlessly full. We can hardly take them with us on your teeny tiny toy boat, now can we? And would be ashamed to leave all that hard-earned wealth unspent. Waste not.
I love them. His frustration is great. It makes me so happy to see him so frustrated.
However did you manage so much in so short a time, though? We expected word to reach only a fraction of our allies.
Did I not tell you I have my ways?
Well done, Kryle.
Erenville, you were involved too.
Of course he was.
I received a letter from Cryle after we parted ways in Labyrinthos. She explained what the Scions were trying to accomplish, and why you might soon require the services of the Gleaners, spread across the world as we are. I pray you do not interpret this as a betrayal of Charlotte. I accept that the Forum's aim in pushing us to our limits was to preserve what knowledge we have, and I bear you no ill will for it. Yet, in collecting that knowledge, what I came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know. That is why I chose to help the Scions, to combat the obliteration of those countless undiscovered wonders.
You are delightful.
I held no illusions
I'm
that
so
they would
glad
be
we
less
got to
demanding
keep him.
taskmasters. Though, rest assured, if I had, I would have been sorely disappointed.
Well, this is a long cutscene.
To make a long story short, the whole of the guild ship cooperated to ensure your call was heard far and wide.
Woo! Finally!
What's this about a ship that can fly to the moon?
Yep, can't have that without Sid being
And why
involved.
didn't you mention it sooner?
Oh, and look!
One time you don't beg my aid, your problem's a bloody ship that can fly to the moon.
Yeah!
Sid, you brought the team.
Of course he did.
Of course. Garland Ironworks' finest. You need only point us towards my new favorite ship.
And again, I think the more story you've done, the
Oh,
more
I nearly
people
forgot.
are present here.
We stopped by Whirlit before coming here and picked up a package from Gaius.
Oh.
He's still of the mind that actions make for better penance than words, contrite or otherwise. So we offer none of the latter.
Oh, it's good to see
What he sent
him
is
again.
an Allegan relic Valens used in his weapons experiments. There's a fair bit of refined adamantite in it too.
Okay. So again, something that would have only happened if you had participated in that quest
As you
line.
like us not suspect, we've also brought adamantite for Mordona's Dalamud shard.
Of course.
I admit to some consternation upon first receiving Kryl's message. So few scions remain at the Rising Stones now. Far too few for such an expedition.
Oh well, at least some of you were there.
However, the Gleaners were able to secure us reinforcements. Idleshire's treasure hunters, not least among them.
God, it's so great seeing all the allies that we've made across this game band together like this.
Ah, the Gobbyflock fought. Slowfix's gratitude for the safe return of his daughter has not waned, and he gathered his kin to our side with an astounding quickness. The clash between their machina and the Allegan defences was a sight to behold. I wager even you would have been impressed by the magnitude of the gobby booms.
I'm sure I would have been. Oh, I love the little Omega next to Alpha there.
I fail to see how it explains your presence here. Does Razat-Han not have more pressing concerns?
A good question.
We do. Yet averting the final days would be the most expedient solution. That, and I am indebted to you.
Sending your little... He's literally... Our dragon friend has sent his eye.
To take their leave of Thavnair. Those you saved in Galimund remain my people. My gratitude is beyond words. 'Tis appropriate that I aid you in kind. If in the doing we bring salvation to others of this star, so much the better.
Yay.
You will recall that I spoke of my father, Midgard Summer, and his journey across the great expanse.
Yeah, I remember
As he
that
traveled
story.
betwixt the stars, his resplendent scales drank of the ether in those nigh empty surrounds, and imparted to him the strength to persevere.
Okay.
Thinking they might further your cause, I called out to my kin for consent.
Consent for what?
Ashdaya's answer was silence, as ever. Tiamat and Chrisvelgre, however, responded favorably to the suggestion. My sire, too, stirred from his slumber long enough to speak and say, "Very well."
Wow, Midgard Summer actually spoke.
Thus have I
literally
learned
just
his
sleep
own
talking,
worm
going,
scales.
"Ugh,
Fit them to
fine."
your purpose, and seek a worthier fate for us all.
Oh wow, so we got a lot of Midgard Summer's scales. Nice.
You'd be hard-pressed to find someone else so familiar with the unique properties of dragon scales. So I invited myself along.
No, that's fair.
Look at me, this is so unbelievable. I've gone right back round to believing it again. Forget a 6% gain in efficiency. With all these goodies, we could get 7, no, 10, no, 14 bleeding percent.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Think of how far we could go. What we could do with that much power. What we could blow up.
I love him so much.
If Kokol is duly convinced, then it must be true. In which case, the science end of the bargain has been fulfilled. Would you not agree?
No. This music. Please no. What's he about to do?
Yes, Father?
Oh, please don't act. Don't be a bastard. Please don't be a
I know
bastard.
not what you seek of Hydaelyn, nor for what purpose you would take command of our ship. Yet this much is certain. To do so will be to dictate the fate of this star and the lives upon it. The lives of each and every creature, in their magnitude and their fragility. Do you understand? And are you prepared?
Yep. I am.
We have seen and we have felt how much each life shapes this world. And so we are determined to abandon none. We understand what is at stake, and we are prepared to bear this burden.
Good. Oh, wow. The pain in his... Oh, my goodness!
Then I will bear.
I was hoping he would bend down and do this. Oh. Hug them. Hug your children,
Share
please.
your struggles with me.
You've been such a douche nozzle. Please hug your children. Like, I'm paying attention to his words as well. Please hug them. For the love of God.
You grasped my fingers with such tiny hands the day you were born. I thought my heart might burst. It was love and happiness beyond expression. Overwhelming. And a conviction so powerful that I trembled with something close to rage.
Oh.
I had heard the final days foretold. I swore to myself then and there that I would not let them steal your futures. The great Exodus would succeed. Must succeed. No sacrifice or sin was worse than the alternative.
Sorry, I was fixing something related to my mic there.
Gave me pause. 'Twas mine own father. The Archon Louis Soir openly decried Charlian's policies. A perspective which I regarded with increasing
A little bit
disdain.
sick, but otherwise I'm fine. Good to see you, Octavius.
Yet even as part of me thought him a fool, perhaps I also hoped that he, of all people, would devise a brilliant means to save my children.
Oh, yeah. The hot lemon I drank earlier certainly helped, and now I'm sucking on a Hal's Soother. This one's lemon? Honey and lemon. So, should help even more.
A naive hope, but stubborn enough that I could never bring myself to keep you apart. No, that was his doing. When he perished at Cartano, as we pulled that twisted slab of Dalamud from the sea, I remembered the warmth of your newborn touch. Chastened, I vowed never again to suffer any interference in my mission to protect you. No matter that you yourselves wished otherwise. Detest me, fight me tooth and nail, I would suffer it, and more.
Wow.
And be satisfied so long as I could force you onto the ship.
Huh. Wow, yeah. This is really a loving father who wanted to protect his children at all costs, but was actually doing so in a way that was at least good to an extent. Not perfect. Better than what most would do in this situation.
I was wrong. You two have grown so much stronger and so much wiser than I dared dream.
Oh, this is beautiful.
You have earned the right to walk your own.
I already began to do so.
Good.
Sorry.
Because there are things we care about, and people we love, and none of them is replaceable. Not a one.
It cannot have been an easy journey for you to so far.
Nope. They have been through so much
We shall
shit.
be glad to acquaint you with the finer details someday, once this danger has passed. All that we have seen and heard, that we have felt and learned in our travels. Ours is not a kind world, but it is beautiful. Always.
Oh no. Are you quite sure that's wise? After all, someone turns pale and flees the room when he sees so much as an envelope containing word of your adventures. Whatever will happen if he learns what you were really up to?
Amelians.
Oh, that is a good. That is a loving couple. Willing to call him out in front of everyone, and him taking it.
Though I have wronged my
with
children
a pinch of
most
salt.
gravely, I owe you an apology as well.
No.
I assumed that it was the Scion's influence that made them so keen to charge headlong into danger.
Nope. If anything, they were bad influence on us.
Yours, in particular.
Oh!
I see now that said influence
dare.
instead brought them together with the many fine people gathered here today.
Yep. So many friends.
In which case, I hope you continue to guide them.
Good. I will continue to do my absolute best to help them become
If we
better
finish
people.
loitering about the harbour,
Even though they're
might I
already
suggest
amazing.
we put our plans into motion. People are beginning to look confused.
Perhaps you can spare a few words ere they resume the tedious lugging of cargo. You have no small number of friends and admirers here after all.
Oh my god, can I give a speech? Please tell me I can give an actual speech. This is the perfect moment for a speech. But we're a man of short words, but so, with me.
Your
But I think-
assistance is appreciated. Now, in an orderly fashion, if you please.
We finally managed to clear the harbor, which means the rest is in the engineer's capable hands. Meanwhile, Father has issued to us an invitation. As was agreed, he will reveal the means by which Hydaelyn may be contacted. We are to meet him at Aporia when we're ready. Given the vital knowledge she holds, I suggest we leave without delay. It transpires, however, that the Forum's method of speaking with her is not without risks. Curious to hear what those might entail, but regardless, be warned. Most of those who arrive with the Adamantite have offered to stay and see to any remaining tasks that need doing. The Forum has already asked for my assistance overseeing the process, so you needn't worry about a thing. Thank you, Tyler. We're off to Aporia then. Ooh, hold on. Damn it! I already teleported, but I should go back. I don't care about the cost. Quite frankly, I just saw some side quests there that just popped up. I want to do them before we continue. Let's see. Sandwiches and pretzels. Levia philanthropy. Get busy. Welcome. What will you be having today? Oh, it's you, Sparks. As happens, Alice also came by recently. Busy as she is, she wanted to let me know that she's patched things up with her father. I'm truly happy for her. But speaking of busy, we're quite sure on hands this shift. As much as I'd hate to bother you, would you deliver an order for me? It's a pair of salad sandwiches for an elderly gentleman at Oxland. He's a Lollafell with a distinguished air, so you can't miss him. My thanks in advance. Yep, I can do that. We'll fast travel to, well, the Levia estate. We'll complete this quest, then we'll do the other one. Oh, you're one of the Scions, are you not? Sparks, I believe. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Now, what might I do for you? Ah, the sandwiches are very kind of you to bring them. The last stand serves up many scrumptious dishes, but their sandwiches have always been my favorite. My son, meanwhile, was partial to the pretzels. When I was young, I attended the studium. Louis was a classmate of mine, kindred spirit in the study of magic. We inspired each other to greater heights. After I completed my studies, I continued getting research and eventually became a professor. Made a family, settled down. Such a life wasn't for Louis, who was on the road more often than not. My son grew to admire him, went to become his pupil, and earn his Archon's mark. To see him set forth to fight for Eorzea beside Louis filled me with pride. Yet so too did I worry, as any parent would. In the end, he gave his life for his cause, so strongly to believe in it. And having now seen his comrades fighting tirelessly to protect our star, I have come to understand whence came his conviction. Meet Balaron. I know you're a busy man, so I shall let you go. Thank you not only for the sandwich, but also for standing with my son to the last. I wasn't there, but that was definitely written into the idea that we were. Ah, my Lord Sparks, what good fortune that you should grace us now. We are planting flowers. If you would perchance care to join us, you're part of Lady Amelia's efforts to beautify our fair city, you see, which in turn is part of her wider civic contributions. Help with a plant or two, my mistress would surely be delighted. I'd be glad to assist. Marvelous, marvelous. Though the world has become an uncertain place, it is in such time most of all that people have need of cheer. Would you not agree? With that said, permit me to furnish you with some bulbs. As you go about planting them, you may notice other helpers here and there. Do feel free to have a chat with them. Just a little bit of extra XP. Begging your pardon, but your spark's narrowed, yes? I've heard all about you. Saying that, we're all family. Lady Amelia shares the contents of her children's letters, you see. How they write about you. I've never had the pleasure before, but this feels like meeting an old friend. To not only meet you at last, but have you plant flowers with us besides, it's truly an honor. On behalf of my fellow servants, I may thank you for being such a friend to Master Alphino and Mistress Alice. Aww. It is nice being able to do a quest like this. You're one of the Scions of Seventh Dawn, are you not? I have seen you at the Baldesian Annex. Oh no, what a great honor it is to meet you. We're students of the studium, you see. Levia twins were our seniors. But despite being years younger than us, than everyone, to be admitted at the tender age of 11, they're prodigies of the rarest sort. Their graduation thesis and deeds in the world are an inspiration to us all. To meet one of their legendary comrades in the flesh, it's moving beyond words. You'll hear tales about the Scions. Like your fellows, we hope to leave our little island one day and do great things. When the day comes, perhaps we'll see you again. Somewhere out there. I hope so. I hope they get the chance. Ah, Fitch Bang's well is wonderful. In time, they will grow into beautiful Nemea lilies, a symbol of safe travels. While learning of this in her children's letters, Lady Ameliance took to planting the lilies in the hope that no harm would befall them and their beloved comrades. Noble servants share in that hope. Wherever your path may take you, know that you are ever in our thoughts. Oh, that's very sweet. Oops. Huh. Senior marksman once you fulfill certain main scenario quests. Ah. We have to get to a certain point in the main scenario before those will be unlocked. Okay. Probably involves unlocking the final area of the map. Hi, you're back. Did you have a chat with the customer? Wonderful. The gentleman's a regular of ours, you see. When he heard that the Scions had come to Charlian, business times up with excitement. He dearly wanted to meet you. Wasn't sure how to go about it. So when you appeared when you did, well, I thought I'd make it happen. I appreciate you going along with it. By way of thanks, here's a little something on the house. Enjoy. I mean, thanks. I'll eat these sandwiches. Alright, well, that's that. There's nothing else to do around here. And actually, now that I think about it, no, we haven't finished the quest yet, but when we finish this quest, we'll be able to fly. Barks, I've already shown the others inside. We want to speak with Carverlane. She has the key to the lift and can send you down after me. Ah, this is where he was hanging out when the call came. Yeah, let's just step inside the lift here. Don't know why you wouldn't want to go down with us. From here we proceed to the hard labyrinth that's the most closely guarded secret. Thomazine. He marks the beginning and end of our efforts. Whence we delve to seek audience with the star, and whence we will embark on our journey to the heavens. This way, if you please. This is it. And we've got Mapping the Realm Labyrinthos. We've been to every area in it. Once we complete this quest, we'll be able to fly around it too. That'll be fun. Ooh, fancy door. How will it open? Will it be boring? It should have opened the other way. It's always weird to me when doors do that. Open the opposite direction to the way you expect. We're about to see our ship, aren't we? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's beautiful. My word. They really went all out on that thing. I bid you welcome to Thomazine. Direct your attention towards its center to behold the arc over which we have long labored. It's truly beautiful. As you can see, it was designed as a medium-sized craft, better to reduce fuel consumption. Miniaturizing magics have been applied to its interior to ensure that the thrust-to-weight ratio does not place too great a limitation on its freight capacity. Ether burner, as you know, has been removed for further modification, but we shall reattach it soon enough. I have received word that Kolkol and several of your allies are working on it with an intense fervor. They are sure to see it done. It was by their expertise that many a prior disaster was averted. If anything, I fear they will not afford us much time for speaking with Heidelin ere they finish. Is that it behind us? It must be something related to it anyways. Point taken. Let us move on. Must warn you again, however, that even with the benefit of our device, treat with her is not a simple feat. Of course not. We're meeting Heidelin, a primal. I have done what I can to impress upon you gravity what lies ahead. Are you prepared? Yep. Okay, honestly, because of how well it goes with the rest of the outfit, I'm gonna keep the hat. Usually I glamour for my glasses, but I just love how that looks. With the little goggles and everything. But this class is nearly maxed out now. Her children, one and all. We make for the lift at the center of this chamber. Come. There it is. I see it. It's been a while since we talked to Heidelin in person. This is going to be an interesting time. As you all know, alongside our physical world exists an ethereal plane, we refer to as the ethereal sea. At the heart of the star, physical and ethereal are one and the same. Thus, the deeper we go, the easier it becomes to pass between said planes. Utilize this principle in constructing the anti-tower, once more here in Thamazon. No sooner did the form beside than excellence from the star will be necessary that began work on this facility. Our work culminated in a device that allows us to peer deeper into the ethereal sea than ever before, in search of Heidelin's ever fainter echoes. The Artioscope. And you communicate with her through this device? For a time, yes, but since the 7th Umbral Calamity, it has been rare to hear even a whisper. If you wish to reach her, you must journey closer to the center of the star than we have ever dared, beyond the Artioscope. Even so, make no guarantee that you will find her, nor of your safety, not so deep in the ethereal sea. You understand, if we are to live in this world, we have no choice but to try. He really doesn't want to let his children go, I know. I only wish you could do more than observe your progress from afar. The Artioscope's ocular lens, by which we may peer into the ethereal sea without placing ourselves at hazard, lies above you. Through it, we can watch and guide you. In those swirling depths, there are pockets of ether so dense and turbulent that it can unravel one's soul. If you determine that you are at risk of coming into contact with such a pocket, we will call you with teleportation magics. To that end, it would be best if one familiar with the composition of your souls remained here to assist in assessing said risk. Otherwise, there is an increased probability that we will extract you too early or too late. Well, that sounds like Graha's gonna be. Or Kryl? Huh, yeah, Kryl. Please allow me. I have thought upon this much, and in truth, I do not believe that I am fit to join you in the trials ahead. The events of the Tower of Babel drain me, yes. But even before that, your capabilities far outstrip my own. This is no time to have a weak link in our vanguard, no matter how much she may wish it were otherwise. If I assist in the manner that Master Fortunal has laid out, however, I may still be of use. Will you trust in me to do so? I can think of none I trust more, compared to all that effort you put into keeping us alive while our souls were in the first. Preventing us from dissolving into ether on a single expedition ought to pose no challenge at all. And even if we did, I expect you would hunt us down and restore us to health somehow. Yeah, you would. You flatter me, but rest assured that I will be keeping a close eye on all of you. There's one more thing. Those in ages past referred to the ethereal sea as the underworld, our final resting place. Its embrace is memory washed away, leaving only the purity of one's soul, or so we believe. Yet what of these memories? Few think to ask what becomes of them, cast adrift on ethereal tides. Some theorize they linger for some time, those associated with strong sentiment in particular. In those depths, memories of the departed may even coalesce around you, for hatred or for love. Thus do I caution you to be wary, but also to have faith. Remember those who did gladly extend a hand to you. They may lift you up once more. Okay, so this is an actual dungeon. I see. With that in mind, going in with under-leveled equipment would not do me or anyone that I'm partnered with any favors, so... Reaper is up. And we will be doing this. Huh. Item level sync. Oh. Average item level sync. So actually, machinist should be fine because it's all 530. At the same time, I'd rather take Reaper on this one. So, yep. Here we go. Queue for it. I do want to see, though, what the party would be looking like. Because we've got two tanks. We can either take Thancred or Graha as our tank. Two healers. We can either take Alphino or Oriange. We got 3 DPS. So, we have plenty of options for that. Actually, 4 DPS, technically. So many options. But ideally, if you're going to go on any adventure, the party will be comprised of your tank, DPS healer, tank, and then DPS healer. And then you'll go as tank yourself to bring Estinian and somebody else along. But yeah. Okay, we now just have to wait. While we wait, I'm going to quickly check my messages. And actually, rather than keeping you guys stuck, just gonna go into a... Actually, no. Just in case, while I'm checking my messages, it pops up. I'd rather not miss it. Ba. Do. do. Sorry for reading through messages, and friends are having a chat about the weirdness that is food with faces. As in, things like potato smiles or that Billy roll thing. Ba-ba-ba. Boo, 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 boo. Boo. Again, sorry I'm being a bit quiet right now. This is, stuck waiting. Boo, boo, boo. Okay, well, that's me caught up on my messages. It says the average wait time is 8 minutes, so we shouldn't have too much longer to wait. I know I could have probably gone in straight away if I'd done the, do it with a party of characters bit. But, it's more fun doing it with people. I'll have the chat window open when I am doing it with people so that I can see the, if anyone says anything about mechanics. But first, while we're stuck waiting, we can fly. Can we not fly in here? Have they forbidden us from flying in this area? How dare they? I will go outside just to spite them. Also because there are quests outside. How dare you not allow my burb to fly in this area? Burb says, fuck you. I do what I want. What I want is to not have to take the lift. Hello, person. Appears to be deep in thought as he cranes his neck upwards towards the infinite cosmos. The end now looms large, its shell growing longer and more inescapable with each passing day. Let's use this little time we have today to think of tomorrow and the eventuality of a new life on the lunar surface. We may soon find ourselves pioneering that rugged, hitherto unknown territory. And to do that, prepare and prepare well. As I understand it, you have first-hand experience with that vast abyss. Perhaps then, willing to lend us a hand. If you are able, I'd ask that you slay a certain Anila, or its carcass retrieve for us its core. So what say you? Can you help us? Yeah, I can do that. You will? That is most heartening on behalf of all those. Thank you. The wait time is increased. Oh, there you are. Hello. Oh, my masterwork. Each and every record stored within this wall, organized by subject, then title, color, and finally odor. None shall ever struggle to find the resources they seek with this system. If only my colleagues were so scrupulous. Last I found myself missing several items for the catalog that ought to be filed here with the rest of the documentation for the Ediscope and our Moonby vessel. Will you aid me in completing Megalopus by locating them? We will need to search the archives, 2 parts of manuscript given talent. Count on them both being in the same place. Mind if you stop to read them. Thaliak knows you'll find them in writing. So long as you return, I finish checking this last row. Peruse. Knowledge of the events of Highland foretold have potential to shatter world order. Thus, of the form elect to construct a means more secure than it is how for future exchange with her, even the nation's very foundation. Excavation of Labyrinthos began in secret. Thence did we locate the veil between physical and ethereal and construct a finely attuned lens by which to penetrate the Ediscope. I wonder why they gave it that name. There's probably a reason. Perhaps the greatest secret our forebears uncovered was other requisite conditions for conversing with the will of the star. First, the individual acting as intermediary must be possessing of the rare ability to hear a voice. Additionally, they must position themselves in a liminal space between physical and ethereal. And here's the ARC documentation. Use of the facility known, Ediscope has granted us both the wisdom and determination to deliver our plans and covert construction of the Ark that will transport as we got. The Elgin Empire built similar surveying vessels, noble the Lesser Moon Dalamat, as well as its Ragnarok-class Interment Hulks and Heimdall-class surveillance satellites. Theirs was the most technologically advanced civilization in recorded history, and we fully intend to utilize any knowledge we can glean of their technologies to the utmost. Hello, person. What do you need? Hello there. Let me guess. You're an adventurer, a mercenary for hire, willing to stand against any beast so long as their reward is commensurate. Well, then I have a job for you and the prize to match. I mean, you have 2 rather unique crystals, which can be obtained from Somas, ice giants of fierce repute. You'll find the frigid fiends lumbering about southeast of here. So if you wouldn't mind... Yeah, I don't mind. Oh, wait. Get this class to do it. Did you find the documents? Oh, I do hope we don't end up waiting too long for this. Truth be told, I'm surprised you found all 3 in this mess of an archive. Surprised yet grateful. As for you will have read, 'tis only through momentous effort, processes we stand here today. I'm honored to carry on their legacy and plan to must seek the Arctic sky. So chronicles of their deeds are accessible is no less important task. Indeed, now that they are no longer confidential, I'm certain that historians and laymen alike can benefit from what's record reside. That is why every record must be kept in its proper place, and thanks to you, they will be. Well, I hope so. It is very stupid how some people have a habit of mislabeling or misplacing things. Okay, so that barrier is... We can walk, just fly straight through it. Okay. Okay, so that's that quest done. Now for the other one. So glad we can fly now. It just makes getting around so much easier. There we go. It popped. Here we go. This will be fun. This looks pretty. Oh, this is getting a fun place to explore.
All seems in order with the lens, and I trust you can hear me.
I had something special set up. That's annoying.
Those things are pure malcontent, the residue of lives unfulfilled.
Nothing special about them. We've encountered enemies that look just like these before. So, wonder what else we'll encounter. Cynicism and arrogance. Yeah, these just look like void scent, which I guess makes sense. Thank goodness, I'm not just taking on one. Not just void scent, the Final Days creatures as well. I guess it's not a coincidence, actually, that the creatures of the Final Days and Void Scent look so similar. Alright, moving on. Ooh. Oh, Ilbird. Wow. I don't know what it was expecting, but it wasn't fucking Ilbird. What's happening? Oh. Okay. Oh, that's, wow. Memories. Brush of familiar wisdom, the memory of a principal scion took form. That was, oh, wow. Livia. This is interesting. Ooh, should be a little careful. Livia, if I remember correctly, is one of the followers of our ally, Gaius from the very first. Pain onto enemy's breast, actually. It's cool fighting her in this form. This is actually a pretty fun fight so far. Finish her off. So first, the memory of Louisoix helps us to fight Ilberd. And now, we fight Livia. Certainly interesting. Yep, my Lord Gaius.
Follow the flow of ether. It will guide you. The ether is too dense. I'm losing you.
Oh no. Oh shit. This reminds me of the Void from, is it Final Fantasy IV or a later one? It does remind me of an area from another Final Fantasy game, though. Valiant. Which Scion? Oh, that's Moonbrina's axe. Oh, seriously? Familiar to like the memory of a kind-hearted knight. Oh, okay, that makes me a little sad seeing that. They didn't have to do that. But I guess in fairness, after everything we've been through, going to a place where the memories of everyone we've ever fought and of our allies long past will be floating around. Makes seeing that very appropriate. Ooh, hello. Oh, wow. This is like... He was a very important person as well. Shit. Again. Never thought we'd run into him again in any context. Never mind as a ghost that insists on fighting us. Come on. Keep fighting. This is going well. I'm enjoying this fight. I wonder who the last person we'll fight will be. Ooh, that'll be interesting. Because we fought, what is it, like 4 people like them in the course of this? Come on, finish him off. This is as much fun as this is. We are. I want to see the next one. Come on. Almost there. Where we salute. Ring of Casting. I'm gonna greed on it in case I can get it. I'm greeding because of the fact that I do technically need these things for my other classes that I could be using in main scenario, well, in their duty stuff. And this is 480. Jeez, the bridges are getting so narrow. We have to pass on that because we already have it. Come on. Oh. Inferior spirit. Wow. Imagine running into her here, too. Dissipated. Shame. I was hoping she would help us in some way. Wait. The one that's called Regret looks a lot like an Ascian. Could these be? No, that's probably just a coincidence that they're in parody and regret. Because this feels like we're fighting a remnant of the Unsundered. Interesting. What will... That sounds familiar. What is that? Whoa. Wait.
Is as far as you go.
Amon!
Oblivion beckons!
Wow. I was not expecting to... Wow. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. And yet, that is by far the most appropriate thing we could have faced here.
Many faces have I worn, but this is my favorite by far.
Yeah, no surprises there.
You will persist in this folly no longer.
Come on.
The stage is set.
I know what I'm doing here. I think. I actually have no idea. Okay. So whichever direction that's facing will be a line AoE. Wait. Oh! Okay. Sorry. First time here, don't know what I'm doing, but we really need to pay attention to his cast bar. Oh, wow. Isn't that... Oh, is that Shiva? Okay. Oh. Right, should have remembered that kind of thing from his previous fights. Okay. And now I get how that works. Again, first time here. No idea. Should have realized. Right. So move to the left. Don't stand next to the tank when Tank Buster happens. Ah, okay. There's a charging meter. We move to where that's not gonna hit us. Okay. Right. So we move left. If I get the chance, I'm gonna launch. I think now. Blade dance. Come on, we're almost there. Finish him off. Woo! Oh, I think I was maxed out this class.
Lies! All lies!
No, we beat you. Fair and square.
Your dreams, your hopes, your future, delusions and lies!
No, Daniel. It's all real. Or Amon, I guess, for that name. I guess everyone else just left. Whereas I actually stuck around to watch the cutscene. Ooh, where's the new skill? There it is. Okay. Hold on. I'm just gonna go through my 3 classes right now. Oh, right. I need to leave here first. Well, here we are. End of the road. We're as deep as we can go. Ooh. Oh, it's Amon himself. In its regular form.
My very essence begins to wane. Sweet, sweet agony.
Jesus. Dramatic?
Leave this to him.
Yeah, please do. I knew this guy when he was Hermes.
Come to deal the coup de grace. Good. Watching you struggle against the inevitable is bad comedy. Erase me from existence, soul and all.
Have you any memories of Mateon? Meteon.
How would you know that name?
Telling him about our time travel adventure.
Then it was you. In Elpis. With Emet.
Mm-hmm. Weirdly, we never met Elidibus there. Huh.
In my halcyon days, as the mortal Ammon, I was haunted by a dream.
Okay.
Night after night, the faceless multitude, the voiceless cries, shards of shattered memories.
Huh.
But slowly, the fog began to clear. This was Elpis. And I was Hermes. Recurring though it was, I paid this dream little heed. It was only when I was granted the seat and memories of Fandaniel that I knew these visions to be true.
Okay, so he did have the memories, some of the memories before he became Fandaniel.
They were the memories of Hermes that he himself erased using the power of Chiron.
Specifically those memories. Okay, interesting.
Or so he thought. In his attempt to burn away the events of that fateful day, he succeeded only in searing them more deeply into his soul. My soul.
He forgot them, but...
Death failed to expunge them. No matter how many times it came. Rebirth after rebirth, from one Fandaniel to the next.
Okay.
I wonder, is Emet-Selch adrift somewhere in this ethereal sea? In defeat, finally remembering your time together in Elpis?
Probably.
How it must gall him to be entrusted with knowledge of the final days, only to be rendered powerless to act upon it. So many lifetimes dedicated to restoring his beloved Amarok in blissful ignorance. Oh, folly. But make no mistake. My life as Hermes is not the reason I invited the world's end.
Oh?
I have lived. I have struggled. I served a
Treacherous of
great
existence,
ruler,
I found the truth.
powerful beyond measure. The world, his dominion. Yet even he and his vast empire were destined to fall, and to become one with oblivion. At the end of life's journey lies only death.
That's not... Yeah, well, that's true.
So
Doesn't mean you have to define...
Why live at all?
Wow.
We betray. We torment. We murder. We are wicked, spiteful creatures, without exception.
I would beg to differ. I have seen plenty of examples of people who are absolutely
Life is so sacred,
perfect.
so precious. Why fill it with such misery?
Because that's part of life. Life isn't all sunshine and daisies. It's not gonna be perfect. There are gonna be bad days.
Man wallows in a hell of his own making without purpose or meaning.
I mean, the meaning of life is what you choose it to be.
To live is to suffer. And I would end that suffering by my own hand. It matters not if it flies in the face of all believed right and just. Death is the only solution.
You're wrong.
That is my truth. My answer to the question. And yet, even as the words pass my lips, I am filled with doubt.
Of course you are. You went through a lot.
My search reached its end.
Ooh. He's remembering.
Was this the only way?
No.
After all these years. Is this
The answer I was hoping for.
It's the answer you found, but it is not the answer.
The lamentations of the damned. How it vexes me to see your conviction falter at the last. Fantastic. Still clinging to
Is that
existence, I see.
Emmett Selk?
You, who champion death so fervently, unwilling to accept your own.
Wait, okay, who is that?
Refusing to be purified and swept into the sea of souls. As do I.
Wait.
We prisoners to men, watching as the world turns.
Who? Is that?
Though unlike me, you will be spared the ignominy of having your corpse
Asahi?
dancing to another's tune.
Is that Asahi?
Fuck!
How very astute. But let me be clear, I have not come to consort with the likes of you.
Wow! This bastard.
Nor have I come to bemoan the state of the world following my untimely demise. In fact, I delight in mankind's downfall and the anguish it brings the savior of the savages.
Jesus Christ, I forgot how much of a bastard this guy was.
If I played some small part in the chaos, all the better. Not that I was in any position to resist.
Jesus.
But to be made accomplice to the betrayal of Lord Xenos.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he is just a complete simp for Xenos. Oh Jesus, that face! The fuck, Asahi! You really were a perfect person with Fandaniel to possess.
Now you are at my mercy. I shall drag us both into oblivion, and you will never see the fulfillment of your magnum opus.
He doesn't care at this point.
Even should you be reborn, your desperate search for answers must start again.
Jesus. Next time, we will find the answer together.
Even here, even now.
Yep.
You have every right to hate me. For the fool I was. For the monster I became.
And yet, as Hermes, I can see that in those days, he really did want to do what was best. His original incarnation was a good person. Corrupted by hundreds of years of trauma. Like, Jesus Christ, did he go through so much trauma? He needs therapy more than anything. So.
But I will not beg forgiveness.
Yeah.
A tale of Hermes, the man who knew so much, yet understood so little, ends here.
Don't try to follow me. I had more of you people than I could stomach in life. Never mind in death.
Likewise, I pray we do not meet again.
You had better hope not.
Jesus. Well. Wow. Asahi. Such a weird way for him to appear there, but I get it.
Come. Heidelin is waiting.
Yep, she sure is. She's made a path for us to follow. And it leads to a nice platform. If she has a little throne here, I will be delighted. Yeah, if they actually gave her a bloody throne room. No, not a throne room, but fancy platform for us to stand on where we can see the Mother Crystal.
I welcome you.
Oh, wow. So this is her true primal form. Gorgeous design. Absolutely adoring it. We'll meet again, Vana.
I see. Thou didst journey unto Elpis.
Yep.
And now, the rivers of time converge.
Okay.
I know why you have come. Yet I would hear you speak your reasons all the same.
You created the moon to deliver mankind from the final days. But is that really how it has to end? We do not wish to abandon this world. We want to protect the source and all of its shards.
Yep.
To flee is but one of two paths. The other leadeth to Meteon, far beyond the stars, where she doth chant creation's requiem.
Okay.
Her domain is formed of dynamis, pure, absolute.
Dangerous place to
Where
go.
emotion and memory govern all, ether will avail you naught. Meteon hath gathered the pain and despair of countless stars, and to go unprepared is to go unto your doom.
Oh yeah.
We'll be
No
there.
surprises there.
We'll win. I swear it.
We can try.
Is what I might have said once. After everything I've seen, all the times I've succumbed to my own anger and fear. I can no longer pretend that courage and faith will be enough. But are we truly so powerless? That our only choice is to flee?
Pretty much, yeah.
Far from it, my child. Long ago, the inhabitants of myriad stars, many more prosperous than Atheris, sought to free their worlds from life's woes.
Okay.
Sorrow and anger, conflict and hostility, despair, and even death itself. But as Meteon reported, every attempt ended in failure. Darkness abideth within every living being and can never be cast out.
True, but you can
Neither
learn to fight it.
reason nor faith can challenge this immutable truth. To live is to suffer. And in suffering, find strength and purpose and hope.
There we go.
As
The
you
positive
have done
message.
so many times before. Thou dost pursue an impossible dream. Yet knowing this, you pursue it nevertheless. And thou hast learned to depend on others as they do thee.
All of this is true.
Thy yearning for the power to save the powerless hath ever driven thee to greater heights. Thou hast grown strong.
I don't know if she's talking to individual people here or everyone as a group.
Though those closest to thee no longer walketh by thy side, their love remaineth thy guiding light.
I think it is
For duty's
individual.
sake, thou hast been bound by truths unutterable time and time again. Yet thy heart hath
So.
never wavered. as thy companions will attest. In thy pursuit of mysteries great, all thou believest is brought into question. Undaunted, thy thirst for knowledge remaineth.
She really knows them. I guess she has been paying attention and watching over them this entire time.
The fires of hatred that once burned in thy heart burneth no more. From their ashes doth spring the light of love, warm and pure.
Wow! The edgy boy has softened?
As witness to black calamity, thou despaired at man's helplessness. Resolved, thou didst unite a distant world on the brink of collapse. And thou, my champion, when all did seem lost, thou never abandoned hope.
And never will.
For every trial and every foe that did bar thy way, thou hast proven equal to the challenge, drawing courage from the many bonds forged on thy journey. You have all known despair, and though the end approacheth, you walk on.
I get lots of long cutscenes in this part.
Therein lieth your power, the strength to silence the song of oblivion.
Then there is a means to confront her.
Yep, clearly.
Yes, if you should prove yourselves worthy.
Oh?
Hark!
No. No!
Nigh impossible is it to send mortals to the edge of the universe. Should you fail, there will be no second chance.
Is she gonna make us fight her?
As the will of the star, I ask of you this. Do you possess the fortitude to stand firm when all around
The song
doth
here is
crumble?
beautiful. I'm loving it.
Do you possess the faith to vanquish despair itself? Should you lack the strength to best a supreme deity, I cannot allow you to make the journey.
Damn.
You must leave this star and never return. Prepare yourselves.
Jesus, yeah! We're gonna have to fight fucking Hydaelyn. Wait a minute. 2 tanks, 2 healers.
Aye. No room
3
for
deep.
confusion there.
Oh, wow. We actually have a full party here.
We've come too far to back down now.
I am of the same mind. What power I have, I shall bring to bear.
The three of you seem
Wait
to
a
be
minute.
forgetting who we're up against. It's not every day we
2
battle a
tank,
divine being
yeah.
of untold power. Well, not quite every day.
We'd have to fill the last DPS
Do
role.
try not to get underfoot. Needless to say, there'll be no margin for error.
Basically, we and Garhatia fill the last slot.
Those beyond the rift.
Alas, the question I posed to thee in Elpis hath remained unanswered these long years. I would hear thy response, warrior of light. Shouldst thou emerge victorious?
Shit. Fighting Hydaelyn herself. This is gonna be awesome. The Mother Crystal? Ah! During this quest, and using a duty support system, you have the opportunity to undertake a trial with a party of scions. Some of these alloy rolls will differ from those you are normally able to select. You may now enter the Aita scope with a party of NPC avatars. Okay, simply because of the fact that we have a full party here. I mean, look at that. We actually have a full party. I want to do this with the full party. Because this feels like it's like the perfect... Wait. Hold on. No. Definitely doing it as a Reaper. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. But also it's gonna be difficult. Divine Light Heidelin.
I, the last of my kind, shall test thee. Come, prove thy worth.
Oh God, yeah. She is. She's the last unsundered, technically.
Have you the strength of will to alter man's fate?
Also, the fact that they are able to do a full party for...
A change of arms. May the test continue.
Yeah, the fact that it's a full... That they can do a full party for this quest tells me they should be able to do it for the main. For every other.
And now this.
Come on. Ah.
Light unyielding.
I have no idea what happened there. But...
By blade.
The stars shall grant thee succor.
Come on.
Where near or far.
I don't know what happened there. We survived the attack by virtue of our strength of will.
Together we shall overcome this.
By blade.
Okay.
Crystals of light. To me.
Oop. Okay. A good question. This is her special seal.
Here. The song of creation's end. think. And find your way in the darkness.
I see. Okay.
You underestimate me.
Gloves are off.
Hold still.
You underestimate me.
Interesting.
Follow your light. Or fly, my children, and never look back.
This is interesting. We just barely managed to make it in time.
Then you are resolved. But this test is far from over.
Cannot stop us.
Okay. Alice activated hers.
Where near or far.
And there we go. Okay. With that in mind, we tried it. I'm not seeing anything special. Doing this with the party versus without. So I think, even though it would be fun, it's certainly interesting, my lack of knowledge of how this one really works means that I really am better off doing this as part of a party. And because we have time, I'm gonna go turn in quests as a different class, naturally. Although, if this doesn't actually withdrawing, as much fun as it would be to continue on and do that quest, looking at the time, I think it's best I save it for next time. Still, that was amazing. Like, that dungeon and everything was absolutely brilliant. The scenes with Amon, Asahi coming back, which I wasn't expecting, but honestly, he was his usual brand of delightful insanity. Like, they put so much effort into his facial expressions. No one else in the game has that degree of expression. Ah, we need to defeat one more. That was going phenomenally slow, in fairness. Usually, we'd be going a lot faster, but eye-level squish tends to slow things down a bit. Still, Heidelin as a boss, that is certainly interesting. Things would have definitely gone better with NPC helping us, or with a party. It's actually because my death there wouldn't have mattered as much, whereas it did there. So one piece, are you? Very good. Now, have you the crystals? Yes. See that glint? You wish to know. Use them. The line says, this fellow fool to imply fire as either using the reactor. Little heat signals have been detected. Conductor running beneath our feet. Counteract these undue temperature spikes, pours a cooling effect area. But enough of me and my woes. Okay. We helped her, she helps us. Cool. We've nearly got enough classes to go and finish all of the role quests as well. Or at least push them towards the end of their respective things. Before I do continue, I just want to check. Good, we did get stuff. Some stuff. Not everything, but some stuff. And we turn over this. Well done. One step closer. All thanks to you, of course. Claim but not all those circuits more to life as we understand it. Rather, only certain pockets, such as. Okay. Reaches a set surface. Okay. Up there. Okay. So they're building space gear, basically. Good to know. Okay, well. I think that'll be it anyways. Might actually, when I redo things, I may try and do the previous dungeon a few times to get enough of the gear needed to really maximize my chances against that boss. Because right now, this class, for instance, is hovering at what? 533. And ideally, I want them all to be around the nearly 550 mark needed. So, but seeing as some classes have now hit level 90, I am going to continue with their respective quest lines. But that'll be it for today. Now feels like a good time for me to head to bed and get some rest. I've got work tomorrow, so I won't be streaming, but those who are watching on YouTube will probably just get the next video tomorrow anyways, just because of how the upload schedule for that works. But if I can get enough done that I feel ready to go up for the end of Birth by Sleep, we'll continue that on Monday. If I'm either too tired after work on Monday or don't feel I have enough done to be ready to continue, we'll continue that on Tuesday. Either way, I'm looking forward to what comes next. So, until next time, I'm, as always, Ivan Sparks, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye!